Hey guys, it's me again. It's been a while, and I just have a really brief rant this morning. Today is November 12th, 2023, aka 11/12. So, what if it's 11/12? Well, as some of you may know, 11/11 was yesterday. It was the day before today. Okay, seriously though, 11/11 was a date that a lot of people who are watching for the Rapture looked at to be a possible Rapture date. Now, there are many reasonings behind that, and to be honest, I'm not even sure what the reasonings are, but 11/11, for the longest time, seems to have, I don't know, made an impression, I guess, on a lot of people who are watching for the Rapture. Um, I don't know, 11/11 just stuck out, and they always saw it everywhere. And a lot of people were hoping that 11/11 would mean something, whether it's the Rapture or some big prophetic event happening. Well, 11/11 has come and gone, and as far as I know, nothing significant happened prophetically anyway, and we're still here. So I'm taking this opportunity again to go back to the point that I've been trying to make for the past several weeks, and that is for us to go directly to the source for revelation, for the timing of the rapture, for the day and the hour. And that source is none other than the Lord himself. I believe that we can know the day and the hour, and that we will know the day and the hour. And I believe that we are that generation who will be given that revelation. Now, the thing about 11/11 is I see that date basically as the final vestige of the quote-unquote Watchman community. And by the Watchman community, I'm talking about these, bigger Watchman channels, the big ones, like Dr. Barry, Got a Minute. There's a few others, but those are the main two that come to mind. I know there's a few other people. Uptime or Up Yours, one of those. The guy with bald Barber. These are the big Watchman channels. Hourly Watch. I know I'm just advertising for all of them right now, but as I've been saying for the past month or month and a half, couple of months, that and even longer than that, really, that it's time for us to really go directly to the source. These guys have given us theory after theory, and they're all creative and they're all fun, but they've all been duds. And again, as I've been saying, I don't care that they've been wrong. I don't care if they continue to be wrong. But my concern, and what really gets me with these guys, is not once have I ever heard them direct any of us to the Lord for revelation. They're always pointing us to their channels. If we like the stuff that we hear from them, please subscribe. And they got more where that came from. I have a big problem with that. If they're wrong, they just need to say that they're wrong. I mean, they've said it before. I mean, it's not so much that they don't admit that they're wrong. I mean, how can they deny that they're wrong? But it's their attitude about it. They're minimalizing the fact they were wrong, and they refuse to admit that they were just perhaps on the wrong path, and maybe they need to find a new path. And I believe they do. And that path is go directly to the source, which is Jesus, rather than coming up with all these theories, relying on their own creativity, relying on their intellect. That needs to stop. They just need to say, hey, we really got nothing. We all just need to look to the Lord for revelation. And they can continue to encourage us. They can continue to bring us news that may have prophetic significance, things that are going on in the Middle East, that kind of stuff, that's fine. But when we're looking at dates, and again, for the longest time, I've been saying that I have no problem with dates. I know, it really sort of annoys me when people say, "Oh, yeah, we don't put our faith in dates. Our faith is in the Lord." And I've been saying we do need to put a certain amount of faith towards certain dates. But I think that season is done. I'm not saying that we should stop looking at dates, but what I am saying is we should start just looking directly to the Lord. You know, as I've said a few times before, I believe the purpose of these watchmen guys, the purpose that the Lord had intended for them, not necessarily the purpose that they think they have, but I think the purpose that the Lord gave them is to just put us in watch mode, and they've succeeded in doing that. Because you know, if it weren't for these watchman channels, I wouldn't be watching the way I'm watching today. I would be really lackadaisical about the rapture thing. You know, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know, that was kind of me. You know, for the past, you know, since I got saved. But it wasn't until, you know, these watchman channels came along that it really got me attentively watching. And as I've explained in a previous video, what does it mean exactly to be watching? You know, there could be many definitions of it that are all valid, but to me, the most important thing that defines watching is being in that constant state of despair. Despair to be with Jesus, despair to hear that trumpet, despair, you know, for the Lord to just call us up to meet Him in the air, knowing that this world is hopeless, that ultimately this world has nothing for us, and that everything that we could hope for is waiting for us on the other side, and Jesus is preparing it for us. We know that the world is getting worse and worse. Life's not going to get better. It can artificially get better. Yes, I mean, I'm not saying we can't have fun. I mean, I'm having a lot of fun with my video games, but you know, I don't even want to look at the big picture, the long run, you know, years from now. That's just depressing to me. I just want to be out of here. And I think that is the definition of watching. Is that constant longing to be taken out of this world, to be transformed into our glorified, eternal, sinless bodies. That transformation that's going to happen at the sound of that trumpet. You know, I think that's what watching is. And obviously, there's also the watching for the birth pangs, which are all around us. And the Lord Himself said, when you see these things happen, look up, for our redemption draws near. Just how near? I don't know, but it has to be. Nobody knows the day or the hour yet, but we will soon know it. We just need to be just constantly asking the Lord. We need to bug the Lord for the day and the hour. We need to be like that widow who was bugging that unjust judge. I know I'm like a broken record. I've said that many times before, but that's what we need to do. We need to go directly to the source. And as I've been saying a million times before also, nobody knows the day or the hour has nothing to do with the rapture. The whole idea that we'll never know is based on that one verse that Satan has twisted throughout the ages, have brainwashed us with. It's the verse that a lot of pastors like to use. Because, you know, it's not good for the local church for us to be looking to the rapture, because it sort of decreases their value when we're looking to Jesus rather than the local church. Pastors hate the rapture. They hate talking about the rapture. Well, some of them do, because they can make money off of it too. As I've said many times before, pastors are okay with the rapture as long as it's just a concept that's always on the horizon, that's never really going to happen in our lifetimes. And that, you know, as long as we're viewing the rapture in that way, then pastors have no problem with that. But the second we start talking about the rapture being really close and getting excited for it, the pastor's number one job is to refute us. No, nobody knows the day and the hour. It could be 5 minutes from now, but hey, it could also be, you know, 500 years from now. So don't get too caught up in that whole rapture thing. That's a pastor's number one job. So yeah, I know I'm going off topic here. My main point here is to just encourage all of us that, you know, yes, 11/11 has come and gone, but I think that's a good thing. I believe that is the last, you know, date. I think I'm sure there are others, because these Watchmen guys, because they need to make their money and they need to have viewership and clicks on their videos, they have to come up with theory after theory. But I've been watching him for like a month now, a month and a half maybe, and I believe, the last time I watched, 11/11 was kind of like the big deal, and I don't really even know what the reasoning behind it is. But anyway, it's the last one. It didn't happen, and I think that's a good thing. Not that it didn't happen, but the fact that, basically we have a clean slate now. All of us need to now go directly to the Lord. Because I gotta admit, even I, was sort of still hoping that something would happen on 11/11. I wasn't really sold on it, and I've already been on the mindset, for a couple of months now, that unless the Lord has revealed it to me directly or given me some sort of confirmation, then it's not really anything for me to get excited about. Too much anyway. I'm still human. There's still the flesh. I'm still gonna entertain dates if I hear of any. I'm not gonna seek him out the way I used to, because I believe that the Lord is telling us that this is the season for us to go directly to him. He put us on watch mode. There's been a lot of ups and downs during this whole journey of watching for the rapture, and now it seems like all hope is lost, and this is exactly where the Lord wants us to be. So just go direct to the source. I believe we are that generation. Get rid of that demonic teaching that we'll never know the day and the hour, and go directly to Jesus. Keep asking him every day, every hour, whenever you think of it. Ask him for the day and the hour, and I believe he will grant it to us, and soon. So thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully there won't be a next time.